sorry.
Sorry.
It's been crazy.
It's been a little bit wild.
A little crazy, a little chaotic, a little wild. And a lot of that is kind of just our fault. The title of, It's Not About Us, we kind of spent a while making it about us.
Yeah.
And our convenience and recording things when we get to it. And
yeah.
The Lord really kind of pressed on us both at kind of the same time. Of, that's not how life works. If you want to get something done, you're going to prioritize it and do it. Yep. And we were like, yes, Father, we hear you.
Understood
completely. But there's been a lot of changes.
Yeah.
A lot of life changes for us both. Family, ministries, just life in general. We were kind of talking beforehand about how a lot of last year, like the first 6 months of last year, was a lot of physical healing.
Yeah.
I was still kind of understanding what healing looked like for me with like PCOS, and the Lord healed me from a gluten allergy. Wahoo! That was fun.
That was so cool.
I loved that one. I loved that one.
Both of us eating chicken nuggets. We're like, we can do this,
right? Or like eating like a flour tortilla. Yes. We're like, look at us! Wow. And then over the past 6 to 9 months, it's been a lot of heart things, a lot of mind things. That the Lord's been so patient with us.
Oh my goodness.
Thankfully, so patient. More patient than I would have been.
Right.
Like,
I could never be God.
Isn't it just like God to be patient? But we're super excited. I know that you wanted to share some life updates and whatnot.
Yep. Yeah. So, for me, I was really like you said, kind of like at the beginning, we were really focusing on like there was a lot of physical stuff going on. There was a lot of like just like physical healing, physical issues, doctor's appointments, hospital visits, all that fun jazz. Loved that.
Love that for you.
Love that for me. But the Lord was in all of that. Mm-hmm. But then a lot of it was a lot of mental and spiritual healing, and just the Lord. I was kind of going through this like season, and there was this kind of like heaviness, and I was like, okay, I got this. Like, I got that. Like, I can do this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, look at me, so strong. I got this. And just life would pile more. Mm-hmm. And then life would pile more. And I got to this point where I was like, I'm going to get crushed. Like, and then the Lord's like, oh, and you're going to go through mud while you're carrying that.
Hold your breath.
And I'm like, okay, cool. So you're going to like relieve this, right? Like, you're going to take this from me, right? And the Lord's like, put your head down. Be quiet. Keep going. And I was like, huh?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Isn't, the burden is heavy and the yoke is light? Like, what do you mean?
I'm like, cast my care on you.
Right. Like, all the things we all take out of context all the time. I was like, what do you mean? Like, come on. And constantly, like, something else would get added. And I would be like, okay, Lord, like, come on. And he's like, put your head down. Be quiet. Keep going. And stuff where you would, like, normally think, like, okay, like you'd quit by now, or like what are you doing? Like it went against the mold, it went against society for sure, but it went against what people in my life were telling me too. Mm-hmm. Like people were like this or that or this, and
you should be doing this.
Right?
Why are you even trying?
Right,
this?
Right. Why are you still here?
Right.
So I kind of got to this point where there was these two big battles. These two silent battles that I couldn't tell anybody. They're between me and God. And I was at the gym, and I was just like going, and I was like, Lord, I can't do this. I can't. I cannot do this. And for the first time, I felt the Father say, daughter, look up. Look up. You've done it. Like, I gave you these two big things, and you did it. Like, you're here now. And the Lord just, like, I kind of had this, like, visual of, like, at camp, and I was like, I'm here.
Finally made it.
God, I'm here. And so I just had this kind of little bit of season of rest there. And that's really kind of the same area where the Lord was like, prioritize this and prioritize that. And then there was this whole moment of just complete spiritual feeling of like a strength I didn't know existed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not even something you read about or you hear about.
Right.
Like, I didn't know this type of spiritual strength, like, even was a thing.
Right.
And this kind of mental clarity and peace and just, I felt like, and we say it all the time, like, I upgraded my armor.
Oh, yeah. Level up.
Right. Like, it was like the next level. And the Lord was like, I wouldn't have been, because I was like, why didn't I get this beforehand?
Hello.
Like, we just went through all of that, and I could have this?
I had little pipsqueak armor.
Right. Like, what was that about? And the Lord just kind of showed me. He's like, had you not carried all of that and trudged through the mud and kept your head down, you wouldn't have had the strength to even be able to wear this new armor, because it was big and it was strong. And it's like, oh, like I had to go gain the muscle to carry this cool armor that I've got now.
Shiny!
And then, you know, a couple of weeks later, I lost someone that was like really, really important to me, that just meant the world to me. And it was one thing that, like, before I said, like, if I lose her, I'm gone. I'm gonna lose it. And like with this new armor and strength and peace, like mourning her and just working through it, I hate to say it, but it's been easy. Like, it's been so God.
and not easy as in lack of pain, lack of grief, lack of ouch, this hurts.
Yeah.
But easy as in, I got Jesus and we can handle this. We will get through this. I see that I will get through this.
Yeah. It was, I literally could just be like, okay. Okay. Like, this was your timing. I see. And I was so thankful that I did get that kind of strengthening beforehand. And that's really kind of where I was. And we sat down to try to record once, and we were both just like, and that was pre that like armor, pre that like,
and we were both still going through a lot of just painful strengthening things.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of just life crazy and processing a lot and trying to handle things in a healthy way and in a way that the Lord would want us to.
Yes. In a respectful way too.
Very much so. Both respectful to the Lord and just respectful to people around us.
Yep.
And it was just one of those like, we don't know how to do this right now.
Yeah.
We don't know how to do this. And that was something the Lord even spoke into.
Yeah.
That you and I kind of talked about before we started recording, of when it feels like you cannot do that, do it anyway.
Yep.
You know, like even like those Sunday mornings of like, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it.
It's raining.
Right, like there is a cloud in the sky. I don't feel like going to church. I guarantee you that is the Sunday you're supposed to be there.
That's the service for you.
That is where someone's going to have a word for you. You're going to have a word for someone else. There's someone for you to pray over.
Yep.
And there's going to be a lot of things trying to get in the way of that. And so I'm glad that we're kind of finally listening to the Lord of making this a priority and just kind of making different priorities in life in general.
Right.
For me, there's been a lot of life changes. I'm actually in ministry school to get credentials to be a minister. Oh, thanks. I'm super excited. I'm almost done with my first year, and so I'm hoping in the next few months to have my credentials in the state of Indiana. I'm so excited. And I've gone through a lot of ministry changes. Things that I didn't think I would really change.
Right.
And the Lord brought me through a lot, and I'm thankful for the things that He really brought me through, and He's been so close in this past season. And when I was walking through a lot of junk, a lot of mud, carrying a lot, and it was all heavy, there was this point of understanding of, this is not a battle anyone else can fight for me. This is me and Jesus. Yeah. And that has to be enough. You know, and that's not saying, oh, people weren't there for me. Right. People were there for me.
Yeah.
Like the Lord put people in my life to pray over me, pray with me, pray for me. But there's a difference in people aiding you in the battle, and people fighting the battle for you.
Right.
And people can't fight your battles for you. I know, like, we both have very strong motherly protective instincts, and so we're always like, move out the way, I got this. And that, like, I can't fight your battles, you can't fight mine, and that's not neglect to each other.
No, not
that's
at all.
saying, hey, I'm gonna shine up this shield over here. You go!
Woo, slay!
Yeah. Oh, that one looked like kind of cool. You know, and that's healthy.
Right.
That's kind of knowing your place.
Right.
Spiritually, that, hey,
I'm not God.
She's got Jesus. They've got this.
Right.
I've got Jesus. He and I've got this.
Yeah.
And the Lord actually gave me this image a few months ago, and it was so cute and so random that I knew it was not me at all. I am very like into birds, and so birds are always like in my head. I'm like, oh, I love birds and fly and strength and blah blah blah. But when I was walking through kind of a muddy season, the Lord gave me this image of a koala bear. And Jesus was walking like in the wilderness, and I saw Jesus walking, and this koala was just clinging onto Jesus for dear life. And I loved that image because I was like, that's what I'm called to do. No matter if I'm walking through mud, if I am walking through something really easy, something really hard, I'm supposed to cling to Jesus constantly. And so it's been a season of a lot of things, and right now I'm kind of in a season of just a lot of preparation, a lot of ministry preparation, both with getting my credentials. I'm going on a mission trip to Uganda in August. I'm so excited! I have not been on a mission trip, like, out of the country since 2017.
And I can't wait for the podcast episode about that, because that's going to be amazing.
That's going to be dope.
I'm just going to be sitting here like, really?
I'm so excited. That was something so near and dear to my heart, and all I want is just to talk to literally everybody about Jesus. And just show people, like, hey, this is who Jesus actually is.
Right.
And I'm so excited to have this opportunity and to be able to go with people that I care about, that I love. Like, my brother Caleb's going, and I'm just like, yes, this is going to be so fun. And yeah, so over the next couple months, our plan, now that the Lord's kind of shown us how to prioritize things, we plan to record once a month. The first Saturday of every month, that is like X'd out on our calendar. That's when we record. No matter what. Unless we're like dying.
Right.
And even then, we're going to be like healing. And let's go.
Hospital bed podcast. I'm here for it.
We love it raw, real. And so I'm so excited to really kind of dive into stuff that the Lord's been teaching us. Stuff that the Lord's walked us through. And we're excited to share that with you and just share the realness of God and how he's been just walking with us and taking us through so many amazing things and growing us. And we're super excited, and we cannot wait to share all the cool things. And make sure to check out our Facebook and our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. That helps us out a lot. Hit the little notification bell thingy so that it's like, oh, hey, there's a new episode, and you can be like, cool, I want to watch it. And yeah, we will see you guys soon.
Bye.